Imagine you wake up in Jurassic Park and you're a raptor. You have sharp teeth and 7-inch claws, and since you've been extinct for 65 million years, you'd be in a really bad mood.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about for a long time now. You know, when I was a kid, that Tyrannosaurus Rex logo was on everything. There was Jurassic merchandise for literally anything you could possibly think of under the sun. They patented it, they packaged it, they slapped it on a plastic lunchbox and sold me everything they could. And you know what? They did it because it was just that easy. And one of the things that they got me really good on was video games. Now, when I was a kid, there was no shortage of Jurassic Park video games available for purchase. You had Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis, Jurassic Park for the Super Nintendo, Jurassic Park for the Game Boy, Jurassic Park for the PC, Jurassic Park for the NES, and even the Game Gear. There was literally more JP games than you could ever believe back in the day. And sometimes these individual games would actually get their very own sequels. The Chaos Continues is a game that basically featured Alan Grant returning to Isla Nublar a whole year after the events from the movie, and he was doing this in an effort to save InGen's dinosaurs from being stolen by Biosyn. It had an awesome plot that was similar to the arcade game where the island's volcanic activity was also threatening the lives of the animals. Basically, it was the first third of Fallen Kingdom way back in the 90s. And then of course there's my favorite Jurassic Park game that was ever made, which also happened to be the first game I ever owned. Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. Grant goes back to the island alone and fights off a large assortment of mercenaries and dinosaurs in the process. It was fast-paced, action-packed, and entertaining as hell. And you know something? A lot of these games were where I spent a lot of my Jurassic Park time when I wasn't watching the movies. Sure, I had all of the toys from Kenner that were readily available to us all back in the day, but I was honestly much more drawn into riding a Gallimimus and mowing down bad guys with a machine gun than I ever was just playing with a piece of plastic.
Come on, helicopter.
The reason I bring all of this up should be pretty apparent by now, but if it's not, I'll just go ahead and say it. Looking back on all the options I had as a kid, I'm constantly asking myself, where are all of the Jurassic World games? When The Lost World and JP3 came out, there was also a massive amount of video game tie-ins that came along with them. Warpath, Island Attack, Trespasser, Dino Defender, the list goes on and on. Compare this to today, and you get something that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. For the last 2 Jurassic movies, we have gotten the following: Lego Jurassic World, Jurassic World the Game, Jurassic World Evolution, and Jurassic World Alive. Now, it's true that there are also 2 arcade games and 2 VR experiences as well, but those are honestly harder to come by unless you have the expensive equipment and availability to go and seek them out. It's a whole lot harder than just pushing power on your Sega Genesis, I can tell you that. Now, if we look at the money these movies have made, which all of you already know is a lot, it becomes even more strange. Jurassic World, just the first Jurassic World, made over $1.67 billion worldwide. This is currently one of the highest grossing films of all time, up there with movies like Infinity War and Titanic. And if we take a look at Fallen Kingdom, it ain't that far behind with a total amount of $1.3 billion. That's a better hold and revenue drop than what happened between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Jurassic World makes money. The Mattel toys fly off of shelves in every store they're stocked in. The new Live Tour and Universal Studios ride are becoming really exciting things in the fandom. So I just can't wrap my head around the fact that for some reason, we can count all of the home console and mobile game releases for 2 Jurassic Park movies on one hand. Imagine only having 4 games to play at home for both Jurassic Park and The Lost World. That shrinks the fun factor down by a considerable margin. There were 4 games on the Game Boy Advance alone for JP3, so this is really kinda weird to me. Now, truth be told, there have been games in development behind the scenes. Jurassic World Survivor was something that a lot of us were looking forward to, and it unfortunately got scrapped for some unrevealed reasons. That kind of bummed me out and all, but I was also under the impression that we'd eventually get more sometime down the line. Well, here we are in 2019, and not too much has honestly changed. Look, I really do like Jurassic World Evolution. I think it's fun and entertaining to play, but I gotta be honest with you guys and say that I am really done with park simulators right now. Ever since Operation Genesis, which I actually don't hold anywhere near as highly as other people do, we've gotten a ton of these types of games on mobile phones and consoles. Jurassic Park Builder, Jurassic World the game, Jurassic World Evolution, Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder, and you know, seriously, I just want something different. Trespasser was amazingly badass to play for the channel. It may have been truly awful back in the 90s when it came out, but technology and patches have come along to make it the best it can be, and it seriously has helped. I love it, and I wish to God we could play as Owen Grady in a new game just like that someday. Like I already said, Rampage Edition and Chaos Continues are kind of legendary for JP fans from back in the 90s. I just don't understand why there isn't something like that for kids of today's day and age. I guess what I'm trying to say is, there is no way that a new Jurassic game would not be a success. Even if it wasn't the best title, it would print money. And I don't think that's up for debate or something you could argue much about. Now, I understand that quality control is something that's being taken extremely seriously with the Jurassic World property, and I know that they want to make sure that they always give the fans exactly what they want and not just serve them up something just for the sake of it. And there was some JP games like that out there back in the day. Danger Zone and Lost World on Game Boy, not the best. And of course, Trespasser was crucified upon its initial release, so if the holdup is on quality content, I get it, and I honestly understand. But still, I kinda want something to play down the road sometime soon. Look, I've loved Jurassic Park and been with the series my whole life. In preparation for the sequel to my favorite film ever, I had all of the Kenner toys for the characters, the dinosaurs, and even the Matchbox cars. And when I picked up the Lost World VHS in a Kmart as a little kid and saw that holographic T-Rex break through the logo, it just made me super happy to rush home and watch JP2. I had every video and board game there was to own. I was all about that stuff. Now, I think Jurassic World has done a hell of a job with pretty much everything they can when it comes to kids of today. Except for video games. That's the area that I think needs improvement ASAP, and it's something that I honestly really want them to buckle down and deliver on. But hey, those are all just my own personal thoughts and beliefs as well. You don't have to agree with me on them. That being said, what do all of you guys think? Do you want more Jurassic World video games like I do? Are you desperately searching for dinosaur content on home consoles like I am? Or is it something that you're really not too worried about? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions may be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that all of you continue to watch my videos, and I never want any of you to forget that. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video, and hope you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. See you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.